Hi, today we are doing a review of this little guy, or girl since it's pink. This is called the Lulu King, weird name, right? Lulu King Smart Wrist Band Activity Tracker. Smart wristband, one word. Weird. Okay, so I bought this last week, exactly a week ago. So I've had 1 week of trying it out. Now I'm going to tell you about it. So we'll start with the pros. Good to start with positive. This little thing cost me about 20 bucks. Maybe a little more, can't remember exactly, but around 20 bucks on Amazon. It has a pedometer built in, obviously. Has calorie counter. It has a sleep monitor, not bad. It has an alarm, which is cool. And it delivers your SMS and other messages here. Of course, you can't read them completely, but at least you can see, that message just came in from so-and-so. So, back to the thing. Pedometer. I find that this pedometer seems to more or less track my movements better than my iPhone. My iPhone tends to count, like maybe, for instance, this thing can count that I took 6,000 steps in a day. My iPhone says I took 10,000. I'm not exactly sure. Of course, the one downside in a sense is this does not count if you're on a bike because it's on your wrist. So it's not checking that your legs are moving because your arms aren't moving, I guess, or something like that. So anyways, it does not count. It does not count what you do on a bike or when your arm isn't completely moving or something, I guess. Calorie counter, I didn't really pay that much attention to because while I do need to watch my calories, I don't know if I trust this with calorie counter. Sleep monitor, I think it does pretty good. I have a sleep monitoring app on my iPhone, and they are more or less the same, even though this is on my wrist. This often will pick up when I wake up easier than my phone for some reason. For instance, I still have a son, and sometimes he wakes up in the night and I have to get up out of bed and go to his room. And according to my phone, I never got up. I never woke up. I might have had a light sleep at the moment, but I didn't wake up, which maybe is true because I'm not completely awake, but I consider it waking up. This has an alarm, which doesn't make any sound, except vibrating sound, which I find extremely cool in the sense that it won't bother my husband or anybody else that's around when my alarm goes off. It vibrates until I touch it. There was one time that somehow or another I did sleep through it or something. Maybe I touched it and so it turned off. I don't know, because I didn't wake up that morning. I woke up at 8 o'clock and was like, oh, my alarm didn't go off. And the last cool thing is that it puts your SMSs, phone calls, and some of your social media messages right through to here, and you can see, I just got a text from so-and-so, or I just got a WhatsApp from so-and-so, or Facebook Messenger. You can also connect it to regular Facebook. You get your notifications, Instagram, Twitter, several other applications I don't really use, so I didn't really pay attention to it. I have it set up for SMS, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and telephone call. And so far I have found that it does very good with that. Often there have been times where literally I have gotten the notification on my wrist before I got it on my phone. And when that's not the case, it usually is like zzz, zzz, that far apart. My phone vibrates, my watch thing vibrates. Which is very nice for me when I'm working, because sometimes I don't want to be taking my phone in and out all the time, and I can look at it and say, okay, that's somebody I don't really need to answer right now, or I can see, oh, okay, I need to answer this message. That helps me a lot. I would give this a B+ compared to other things. Of course, you're looking at the other type of gadgets like this, and they're going to be more expensive. They'll have more pros probably, but they also cost a lot more. The only con with this, and it's not really for me, it's not a con, but for you it might be a con, is there is no heart rate monitor on here. I could have bought one with a heart rate monitor. I don't really see the necessity of monitoring my heart rate all day long, so I didn't get that. Otherwise, I am very satisfied with this, other than the fact that there is another con, and that is this stupid rubbery pink band. I know I picked pink, but the thing was the other colors were even more noticeable, like bright green or weird color blue or red. And I didn't really want the bright colors. I was trying to go for a less noticeable color. But of course, with this, any color with this, unless it's black, and even black would be pushing it, you're not going to want to wear this when you're dressed up, because it's just not going to look good. Otherwise, very good for the money, and I could definitely suggest that if you're looking for a cheap option, this is not a bad one to